Hi everybody, thank you for joining me today. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel. That's going to be the red R towards the bottom right. Give us a like, leave us some comments. Let us know what you guys think about these videos. Now, if you guys have been looking at YouTube Shorts, you might have seen a video where I printed on plexiglass. So today, guys, I'm going to show you how exactly I did that. Now, my plexiglass has a shiny side and a matted side. I'm going to go ahead and print on the side that's matted. Now, in case your plexiglass only has shiny sides on both sides of this, you want to get some of this matte clear coat. I got this at Home Depot. I'll leave you guys a link where to buy this. You want to give it a quick little spray. You want to get a little bit of a matte look to it. That way the enhancer and the ink has something to stick on. Now I am doing this on the Ri4000 with the built-in enhancer. Now for you guys who don't know what enhancer is, it's kind of like pre-treatments used on standard DTG machines. Okay guys, so let's go ahead and let's go over to the computer and we're going to get some settings. All right, guys, so I'm over here at my computer. Let me bring my color gate program in here so you guys can see what we're doing. So as you guys can see, the graphics already loaded. I'm gonna go ahead and open up my settings file here. Now I am running this as a black cotton. I do have my method mode at 16 pass on the rib tab. I made sure that I'm using document transparency. I don't want to print any borders on the outside of this graphic. Now let's go over to my color settings by hitting the color tab, and I'm gonna go to advanced. Underneath that, you'll see settings. Go ahead and click on that. Okay, we're going to start with the print mode here, guys. So you guys can see there's no dry time after color. I do have a 60-second dry time after the whites. Now, I want the white to be a little bit dry before I put the color on top. I don't want those two mixing and making my graphic look tie-dyed. As you guys can see here for the white special color, I do have like substrate a minimum of 20. On my limit, I got 70, intensity is 98. On my choke here, it's -3. I don't have the highlights activated. I don't want extra white ink, just that layer right there. My enhancer is gradient. I have it at 30% intensity. Now for my layers here, I did keep the standard layers, which is one layer of color, 2 layers of white, and then 1 layer of enhancer. So that stays standard right there. For my color correction, you guys can see these lines right here. These are gonna be my color adjustments or my curves. So what I ended up doing was I got my black curve and I brought that down to 70%. Now to do that, what you want to do, guys, you want to select that black tab here. You're going to get this little square here. Click on that. You're going to see that this activates, and you're going to change that to 70, which is going to bring that down. Also, my white one, I went ahead and I set this to 60. I don't want too much white ink on there because I don't want it pulling away from the material. Since I am printing on plexiglass, I don't want to use too much white. Okay, once I got those two set up, as you guys can see here, there's no brightness, no contrast, no gamma. I left that alone as standard. I'm going to press OK here, OK again. Now there's 2 ways to send the job over to the printer, guys. You guys can right click on it and go to print, or you guys can just drag the job over to the print queue. Okay, guys, so that's getting over to the print queue. Let's go ahead over to the printer. We're going to place our piece of plastic on our platen, and we're going to go ahead and level up our printer or our platen, and we're also going to turn on our heat press. All right, guys, so my graphic has been sent over to the printer. You guys can see I got my piece of plexiglass right here. Wanted to make sure the matted side is up. Putting this on this top corner. Now I'm going to go ahead and hit auto hide on my screen, auto adjust, standard, and medium. I am using a medium plan, so I want to make sure I select the right plan to the right job that was sent over. Now, guys, before I hit print, I am going to open up the top cover so you guys can see what it looks like while it's printing. All right, so that's in there. Go ahead and open up this cover, and I'm gonna apply my little jigs here that we use to run with the machine open. If you guys want some of these jigs that I'm using to run with the machine open, go ahead and send me an email or contact our tech support team. Just send us a return label. We'll go ahead and get some printed out for you guys and send them over for free. We just need a label. Sorry, we just need a label from you guys so we can ship them out to you. Now that item is something that you will not find on our web store. That is something that we print custom as requested by customers. Okay, guys, I'm going to go ahead and press print here. I'm going to go over to my enhancer. You guys can see how that's printing. And then over to the ink. Now what it's doing right here, guys, it's rescanning my surface there, so that way my carriage or my color carriage doesn't come in contact with my material. That is a new update that's going to be coming out pretty soon. Just keep an eye out for that, guys. That's going to be released pretty soon. So there's my first pass of white. That's going to react with the enhancer. It's going to make it coagulate, so that way when I do my next layer of white, it looks nice and vibrant. Then after that, guys, if you guys remember, we're going to do a 60-second dry time, and then we're going to put our color on top. Alright guys, so our timer is almost done. We got a few more seconds, we get to 60. There it is. And then we're going to start seeing our color print. Alright guys, and there's our image. You guys see this background right here? That's some of the background that I forgot to remove from Photoshop. So when you guys work on your graphics, make sure you remove all those backgrounds. Alright guys? Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and put this back on my stand. Give me 1 second. Okay guys, so after it's done printing, we are going to put this on our heat press. I got mine set to 270. It's going to put it on there. And I am going to let this hover for the 2 minutes. Let that hover. So I printed one earlier and I sprayed it with the clear coat. Let me bring that over to you guys so you guys can see what that looks like. So here's one, guys, that I printed earlier and I applied some clear coat to it. Now I'm letting it dry a little bit more so I can make sure that that coat is nice and thick. So when I put something on top here, like a mug or a cup, I don't scratch it too much. Now, this was my first attempt. That black on there is not as vibrant as my other graphic. You guys can see that, and that's kind of see-through right there. I'll get my other one so you guys can see what that looks like. It's not completely dry yet, but as you guys can see on this one, that black is a lot nicer. Okay, so it's kind of dry actually, so I'm going to take this out to the back. I'm going to spray some clear coat. I'm going to do a couple of coats of it, and then I'm going to test it to see how long it lasts before it starts to scratch off. As I mentioned, guys, we are going to be testing a couple of clear coats just to see what's nice and thick, what holds out to our ink, and what makes this last a lot longer. We'll keep you guys updated on that, and we'll see you guys next time. Guys, please don't forget to subscribe once again. That's going to be the red R towards the bottom right. Give us a like, leave us some comments, and we'll see you guys.